Moonlighting, not the show with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd, but Moonlighting from 1982 with Jeremy Irons was actually one of the most acclaimed films of that year. And it's also one of my favorites of 1982. Also happens to be one of my favorite Jeremy Irons films and performances. I'm just surprised that this movie has gone on to be so obscure and so forgotten, because this really is it's a wonderful film. Very, very well made, exceptionally acted, and very, very well characterized. So it's a British film, and deals with a group of these Polish contractors and their boss, that they're summoned by their boss to go to England and renovate this flat. They're a bunch of contractors. Jeremy Irons is the leader of the group, and he is the only one that speaks English. They're in England illegally, and while they're trying to survive everything, Irons is the only one that, like being leader, he communicates through phone booths with their boss, and all the all the Polish stuff that's happening. It's like, I don't know. I don't really know a whole lot about what was happening in Poland back in the early '80s, but what we're presented with in the film is more than well, I should say more than enough, but it's enough where we really do sympathize with Irons. And his paranoia is growing because he's so scared about what's happening in Poland, and he's there with all his men illegal in England with all his men illegally. They barely have enough money to really survive on everything, and he's really scared that his wife is possibly cheating on him while she's back home in Poland. The movie's voiced over by Irons, and yeah, some things that they end up retreating to, like whether it's stealing things in a supermarket or anything, we're just suckered so deep into this film, and that's ultimately one of the best things that a movie can do. It pulls you directly into the movie's world. And there's also lots of symbolism and motifs in this film that are quite easy to understand, quite easy to follow. It isn't like an avant-garde sort of film where you're like, huh? Yeah, this one's a lot better. But ultimately, what's so great about the film is it hinges on Irons. I mean, sure, everything else in the movie really props him up, but because the movie really hinges on him, he needed to deliver a fantastic, mind-blowing performance. That's ultimately what he does. For a while, this was my favorite Irons performance that he'd ever done. I don't know if it still is. I just think that when you look at something like Damage or Dead Ringers, that those are also really good contenders, but Moonlighting, it's also a great contender for being one of his very best films. Yeah, this movie is it's quite fantastic. Like I really felt a genuine pressure with everyone. I really felt every sort of emotion possible while I was watching the film. Not just because I was so deep into the moment. Yes, that helps. But even if I wasn't, I still think that I would really feel a great amount of sympathy, great amount of sorrow for really anything and everything that was happening in Moonlighting. I'm going to give this movie my highest score of 4 stars out of 4. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and like this video, and I'll definitely be posting more things in the next couple of days. Have a good day, folks.